Dreaming of that perfect Gulf Coast vacation, white sand, clear water, the ultimate escape. But that perfect rental is costing you up to 25% more than it should. That's a massive hidden fee. And those service fees are just the start of how you're overpaying for your vacation. The other half of the problem is choosing a time to travel that the giant booking sites promote. We'll show you a two-part plan to save hundreds, skip the crowds, and get a true insider's trip. Let's break down the first secret, why traveling off-season is the smartest travel decision you can make. First, the cost. Off-season rates are dramatically lower. That's a week in October for the price of a few days in July. Second, the crowds. Swap packed beaches and long restaurant lines for genuine peace and quiet. And third, the weather. Forget scorching summer heat. Fall and winter bring perfect 70s and 80s. But a common worry is that off-season means there's nothing happening. What if the opposite were true? Because rates are lower, your budget goes further. This means you can stay longer for the very same price. So you've picked the right time. Now for the second vital secret, how you book your rental. The big travel websites are just middlemen. They add a guest service fee that goes straight to their bottom line. On a $2,000 rental, a 15% fee is an extra $300. Money you're paying for nothing. When you book direct with an owner or a local property manager, this fee completely vanishes. Instantly. This is about more than money. Booking direct gives you a personal line of communication for questions and quick fixes. You're not talking to a distant call center. You're talking to a local who knows the property and the town's secrets. Remember the question about a quiet off-season. The Gulf Coast's fall is packed with local seafood festivals and music events. Here's a popular restaurant in July with a 2-hour wait. Now here it is in October. Walk right in. This is a direct booking text. Where's the best local seafood market? The owner's reply is a place the guidebooks miss. Need a late checkout? A giant website's algorithm says no. An owner you've spoken with might just say of course. So you get better prices, fewer crowds, and real local tips. But what about the risks? Let's address the big one. The biggest objection to fall travel on the Gulf Coast is hurricane season. Let's look at the actual risk. The season lasts 6 months, but the statistical chance of a major storm hitting your spot during your week is extremely low. Smart travelers handle this small risk with travel insurance. Booking direct also gives you more flexible cancellation policies. And if you must travel in summer, you can still find value. Try the first 2 weeks of June or the third week of August. So we have two powerful strategies for saving money and getting a better trip. What happens when you combine them? Let's put it all together. First, you pick an off-season rental with a much lower base rate. Then you book direct, slicing off that 15 to 25% service fee. This compounding effect can cut your costs by half. With less demand, you also have a wider choice of the very best properties. That beachfront condo is suddenly available. And owners often have last-minute discounts or repeat guest specials only available on their own booking websites. The secret to a superior Gulf Coast vacation is simple. Think outside of summer and always book direct. You get massive cost savings, a more relaxing trip without the crowds, and access to local knowledge. Stop overpaying for stressful, generic vacations. It's time to plan a smarter trip, one that's truly memorable. Before your next search, try this. Google your destination, vacation rentals direct. Compare the final price. You'll be shocked.